Hi, fire signs. It's Lulu, and today I'm going to do your spiritual conversation. Okay, this is for Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Okay, now then, thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments. Thank you for your love and support. What? Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Now then, please remember that the 90-day journey to mindfulness is available on Amazon as well as my website. It's on sale on Amazon as we speak, so you can get it in a couple of days if you order it now. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. I do have the past life cards as well. I was guided to pull them out. Don't know why, but we will find out. Okay, it's got movement. Ooh, a card popped out. Is there a decision that you need to make, my friends? We're going to put that there. Okay, jumped out. Maybe overthinking or stressing a certain situation, unsure of a decision that you need to make, but the time is nearing for you to make a certain decision. It may have to do with, how your independence. It may have to do with your beliefs. Overall, with this anxiety card, which could be the Nine of Swords, right? The energy of this is you needing to affirm the opposite of whatever that is that has you thinking like that, right? This is hair pulling. I don't know which way to go. I'm afraid. What are you afraid of? Write it down. What are you afraid of? Why are you afraid, right? Where does this fear stem from? Is this real? Is this something that, has to do with, is it life-changing in a good way or a bad way? What makes it a good way? What makes it a bad way? Like, really break it down to yourself, because for that to be a card that flew out, it's time for you to really ground yourself. It's time for you to really connect. It's time for you to really stop overthinking this, right? So let's see what's going on. Because I really do get here that a lot of your dark days, right? Because there's an ebb and flow. And then dark days are subjective, right? What's dark to you may not be dark to another person, right? So that's why we don't compare our darkness to nobody else's darkness, right? Unless we are learning through those comparisons individually, right? In order to grow. So let's see what's going on, okay? Because I don't know why fire signs would be anxious about something, or because you're by yourself in this. Like, this may be even that you are you've been contemplating a huge decision, or maybe you went through something heartbreaking here, something like that. All right, let's see here. What information do you have for my beautiful people? Coming up with a plan. Strategy, third chakra, angel of strength, thinking woman, the door to happiness and healing, envy, first chakra, healer of ages, and a broken heart, broken-hearted. All right, you overthinking something. Maybe you are thinking about some decision that you made in the recent past, and now you want to go back or renege on the decision that you made, but you don't know how that looks and what kind of plan you could possibly. The first card out is the strategy card, so this is what you probably are. Now here's the thing, everything that I'm saying here today, if it resonates with you and we move through this, right, because we're walking through a situation, right? So you figure out how you want to change up the energy, right? You may be thinking about how calculating, strategizing, organizing, right? Figuring out a way, right? Out of the darkness and into the light. Out of the darkness and into the light, right? And it may have to do with you collaborating with someone else. What does that look like? Because with the solar plexus coming up behind that, I feel like whatever it is, the idea that you come up with, is you're going to be very optimistic about it, right? And just really feeling filled with that fiery passion, right? But y'all are some very intuitive people as well. But it's like straight shooting, especially with the strength card coming in, you standing in your personal truth and your personal power. You may even be trying to figure out what does that mean to you in this space in your life, because you may have graduated from certain processes here in the recent past, and now you are reevaluating and going over your journals, going over things that the way that you used to do things, and what does your life look like now with this different. Maybe you broke up with somebody, right? And now what is your life without them, right? You got so used to doing certain things a certain way. Maybe you left your job, whatever it is. You're moving into this high energy. Hear me out. When you get to this point, because these first 3 cards are very powerful, this is you taking action on your plans, taking action on what you feel is the right thing to do, what is logically appropriate for you and your path, right? Regardless of whoever else is involved. It's a strong energy. Many of you may be in a space, especially when I see the solar plexus here, right? Oh, y'all have the Healer of Ages too. Okay, hold on, calm down. I like when I see that card. Okay, so when you are on this level of feeling like a tiger, moving like a tiger, making things happen like a tiger, right? You want to be mindful of not being so enthralled in getting things done, making shit happen and all that you are not enjoying the moment. Also, when this card pops up, it comes with when this card pops up, it comes with a lot of energy of being hypersensitive. So you may, like, whatever senses that are very strong at this time for you, you may, it may be on 1,000. That's all I'm saying. Because this is where a lot of your strength is coming from in this space, right? So if your gift of feeling is stronger, because that may even have to do with this. You may be picking up a lot of shit that ain't yours, having a lot of thoughts that are not yours. That's why it's so important, and I can't say this enough, it's so important to know who you are, where you stand in who you are. And that's where that Angel of Strength is coming in. That's a Leo card, of course, right? But it's like, with any kind of change, you are ready. You stand in your truth, you're speaking your truth, but you are also doing what is true to you, right? When it comes to that solar plexus card and picking up other folks' energies, picking up thoughts that are not yours, picking up old thoughts, right? Or things that you've outgrown, you're no longer in that space anymore. And that may even come with that creating a strategy to change up your affirmations, change up the way that the negative self-talk, okay? Because we did talk about that earlier on the house radio. Calm down. So if that is a sense that is very strong right now, right? Because that just means that you need to connect a little better, right? And protect yourself and create boundaries as well as you move forward. Because there's going to be a change in how you speak your truth. There's going to be a change in how you do things, and it's part of your process that you graduated through. So there's going to be some type of change. Okay? With this 5, I just see change. No longer being stagnant or stuck here. What information do you have for these beautiful people up here in these first 3 cards? 9 of Pentacles, your independence. I knew it had just something to do with you. And is that a dove? I love it. All right. So doves may be significant to all of this. I can't remember what doves mean, but doves can mean something different to everyone. So look it up if it is in relation to you and your path, okay? I also get with this 9 of Pentacles here, it's like you are not reliant on other people to get things done. Whatever this is that you are focusing on, you're no longer reliant on others. You're in this space of creating something that is going to bring you big blessings, big happiness. But here's the thing. You need to be mindful. That's why I was saying early on about the solar plexus and being excited. And, you want to be mindful of any toes you may step on, or be mindful of how you are speaking your truth to certain people or what have you. Because the door of happiness and healing is here, crossing the strength card and your root chakra, right? So there may be an energy here of you needing to be mindful of the company that you are keeping. Be mindful of the things that you are saying, when you are saying it, how you are saying it, because you have a new beginning coming in. But how that you may begin to think too much about some things that do not have to do with your journey. And I get that with this thinking woman. I get that with this speaking your truth and then this door of happiness and healing, but going back to the root cause of things, right? Getting to the root of a situation, right? Your foundation, your stability, but also your connection to your bloodline, because the healer of ages is coming behind it. Calm down. Y'all need to slow down. Now, there may be a situation that you were trying to, it may be a legality. It may be that your attorney or your mediator or whoever this is, someone comes in and tells you something that isn't as, it isn't what you thought that it would be, right? And you put all of your energy into the outcome that you wanted it to be and exactly how you wanted it to be. But overall, it still works out because it takes you back, right? Clarify this thinking woman, Chad, because what are the 5 signs got going on, honey? Uh-oh. Oh. 7 of Swords. I told you. Now, it could easily be he has 2 swords in the ground. And he's holding 4 swords and getting away, right? Someone may be getting away. You feel as though your peace has been destroyed, right? Or you feel as with this situation, you may feel as though your peace has been destroyed, or someone is trying to give you more responsibility than you are willing to accept, right? But it could also be just that somebody lying and shit and you find out, or someone is deceiving themselves or deceiving you, okay? Because with this 7 of Swords and how he's getting away with this these 4 swords, right? It could also be that it's important for you to take time out to get some rest, because you may be overthinking certain situations. You may be being pulled in different directions, a lot of text messaging, a lot of promises that you can't keep. People may be in a situation, excuse me. People may put you in certain predicaments that they are asking a lot from you. But with that 7 of Swords, someone is really, you may feel like someone betrayed you when it comes to, it may be something to do with your doctor. It may be something to do with something like that. Because you do have the broken heart down here. The 7 of Swords is clarifying this thinking woman and this door to happiness and healing. What is this, envy? What is this, envy? Could be that too. 8 of Swords. In the envy card, this could be you being, because this is crossing it. So the 8 of Swords has a lot to do with here, the way that I'm seeing this, not seeing things for what they are, right? I'm telling you, it has to do with conditioning. Some of you are still in a space where you are thinking the way that you were. It's kind of like when someone becomes a millionaire overnight, but they still do things in accordance with not having, right? They are stuck in a poverty mindset, a lack mindset. So it's kind of like that, but it's swords. Well, it's still a thoughts, right? So with this 8 of Swords, I really feel that you have like a lot, there may be some self-limiting beliefs when it comes to how you deal with this new path, this new part of your journey, right? Because it's crossing the solar plexus. And with it crossing the solar plexus, it has a whole lot to do with something that is healing that you are not paying attention to. It's healing in the background. So I do feel that you may get confused sometimes. You may be confused sometimes, and I really get that from this 7 of Swords. You may, and it's 8. You may get confused sometimes about if you are making the right decision in certain aspects of your life, if you are really receiving certain information, and is it outside of your ego, right? Or how what is that in this space that you are in, right? If that makes sense. Because what I'm really getting with this root chakra here is that there may be someone moving in or a decision to move house, but there's a lot of positive movement coming in once you are fully grounded. This 8 of Swords is getting you back grounded. Whatever this envy is, or this self-limiting belief that needs to be broken through, realizing your where you've limited yourself here, right? When it comes to materialism, when it comes to comparing yourself, like whatever that is, okay? Clarify whatever you want to, honey, because we just taking them. Four of Pentacles. Yep, it's time for you to sit up and see what it is that you have built. See where it is that you need to set boundaries as well. This is also like, I feel like you may be at the bank or making some type of investments as well. But with this Four of Pentacles, with you, it's a stabilizing force coming up under this Nine of Pentacles, right? So it's a stabilizing force. You are sitting at the... okay, so he's sitting and watching or looking out, right? So it's in the reverse. This is the upright. This is the reverse. So this is a Four of Pentacles in reverse, looking over. This is someone who is looking over how they have the investments that they've made, right? This is someone who is looking out at the boundaries that they need to set or create, right? This has to do with that root chakra, I feel, with this Four of Pentacles. But this is a stabilizing force. You may even be turning your back on the way that you used to do things. And that has to go with that self-limiting belief as well. Clarify this Healer of Ages, because of course the Healer of Ages is a beautiful card. This is in the reverse. The Empress in the reverse. Okay. So so you may have gotten away from certain people, because I really feel like both of these cards have their back turned. The Nine of Pentacles, she's in the upright, right? That's the reverse. She's in the upright. These two cards are in the reverse. They have their back turned. They have their back turned and set strong boundaries, right? Some of you are even in a space where you may go out in nature more, or you get a lot of information when you go out in nature more, and that has a lot to do with that root chakra. I feel there's something with you connecting to nature more. Okay, but I also get here that some of you may be going to court for some things that have to do with someone may have tried to sue you, or you are suing. Somebody is being sued, right? And it has to do with greed, right? But with this just move them over. Let me see. Eight of Pentacles. Not wanting to work on something. It's Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Not wanting to work on something that you used to work on, or how you used to work on things. And the Lovers is here. Okay? And now you are realizing a different way, or a different, you're in a different space of how you want to work on things. Okay? So let's see here. With this root chakra, that's going to be where we pull our past life card. What is this that they will be working through? Because right after the root chakra, shit, I don't know, y'all. Ooh, child. So, here we go. Excuse me. Now, hear me out. All right. Root chakra, healer of ages. You got a lot of fives. 1, 2, 3, 4 fives. Okay. With this root chakra, healer of ages, and the broken heart, there are going to be some things that are revealed to you that may this may have to do with your Chiron, where Chiron, the placement and how it's working with all these energies that are going on, Chad. But at the end of the day, this is mending a broken heart. This is going into a space where you will be protected before you even go into this space, where there may be some crying, some hurt, some things didn't work out how you thought or what have you. But it's deep. It's a deeply rooted issue. Whew. Chad, what are y'all talking about? But see here in this root chakra, there's a lot of solar plexus energy here, right? Because the solar plexus does sit over the sacral, then the root, right? So there's still a lot of optimism about getting things done and making things happen, regardless of that Seven of Swords or whatever it is, the communication that you have with someone here, some kind of professional, okay? Whatever the hell, okay? But you're still going to be optimistic. You still want to get to the truth. You still want to break, like, whatever it is. You may be even innovative in how you move forward doing certain things. But you are getting a lot of assistance. You're getting a lot of help, okay? And you can't, I'm telling you, with that Eight of Swords that was out, I put it up. But that Eight of Swords that was out with this Envy card, once you step out of that, right, you find a sword and get to the root of the situation. Once you step out of that and you call in your help and you call in your team and do things for the right reasons, it's either you or someone else, right, that may be heartbroken because of your choice. But overall, I feel like this is healing on a soul level that has to do with some old wound. Let me see now, because I don't know. What is this root chakra, honey? Clarify that for us, please. Lessons and blessings. What a pocket watch right there. Lessons and blessings. So it's just as simple as that. Some of you will, when you get to the root of it, you realize a lesson in it, right? But you also realize that, or they are coming in to help assist you with moving into this space where you understand that some things just had to happen, right? Everything doesn't work out the way that you want it to, but it works out, right? So there's still a blessing in that. You still get to wake up every day and be great, be good, make the best out of the situation that you have. Because I don't know what to tell you. Some shit gonna happen and you're gonna turn your back on some folks, or you feel like somebody turned their back on you, and now you're in this space where you got to figure it out and think it through. Boop. What information do you have for these people, Chad? Because wait, knighthood makes sense to me. Now, with this knighthood, this may even be that, okay, so I'm pretty sure y'all fire signs, so I mean, come on now. This has a lot to do with you, how you persevere. It may have a lot to do with your bloodline when it comes to, you come from a family of fighters. You come from a family of strong individuals. You come from people who overcome adversities, or you are breaking through that generational pattern on the opposite end. You are realizing how you have to press forward and press through. There may be a lot of past life energies that are coming through that have a lot to do with the lessons that you learned as a knight in your past life. And the card popped out. 2 cards. So this may be something different to do with Asia and trees. The trees, of course, go back into that energy of really getting out into nature, or connecting more to nature, getting more into environmentalism, maybe you're a humanitarian, I don't know your life. But it's like with these trees, maybe this has something to do with, because the light is shining through the trees, and yes. You know how you are in these places when you are young, and all of those trees, and even in the there's so many trees and so much shade. Okay, shade. But there's so many trees and so much shade that even you keep walking and there's a glimmer of the sun shines through the darkness. There's always some kind of light that shines through all of that shade, and you just look up and stare at it, and then you begin to see the little prickly stuff, the little, whatever that is, right? Little dust or light or whatever, and you just look up and you just before you know what sun gazing is, that's what you were doing, and you just pull it through and you're just so overwhelmed with some type of joy, or overwhelmed with some type of insight or enlightenment, and it's just a beautiful thing when you go back there to your childhood. All right, so Asia may have something to do with it here as well. Maybe you are have some type of you've recently began seeing that. Remember that part of our process, right? When we began to all of a sudden be connected to certain cultures, and especially when ascended masters come through, that may even have to do with those cultures, or someone that you were connected to who is an ascended master, but you may be connected to them in a past life, or just how you, the connection, okay? And we talked about how on our path, all of a sudden we may begin to eat a lot of Asian, okay, we may begin to do a lot of things that are not culturally appropriate to our bloodline, going back to the root of things, right? From what we know about our bloodline, right? Like, that ain't what our folks do. And it's like, you realize the connection. Some of you may even find out that you may find out things about your bloodline that you did not at first know, right? There may be, know what they say, shake the tree. Ain't no telling what might fall out tree, your family tree. But I really feel like there's a strong connection. You're going to realize like there's some things that are going to change. Some patterns of behavior will be changing or released, even more so. Here, what information do you have for these beautiful people with this broken heart? Knight of Pentacles. Got to take your time. Take your time. Take time with yourself. It's time for you to create a whole new plan now that you walk through this part of your process, right? So you take your time. Take time with yourself to really figure things out. Come up with, view things in meticulous detail. Take time with unpacking this pain, unpacking this sorrow, unpacking whatever this is. Because it doesn't have to necessarily be a huge heartbreak. It could just be something upsetting. But take time with yourself, right? During that time, you want to make sure that there it is. Emotional eating. Be mindful. Taking time to figure out with this broken heart what is what when it comes to how you do things in the practical world, right? How you are showing up for yourself and others. Your exercise regime, work. Right, you may need to take some time out for a minute. You know, if it's something that will you've been bombarded with all these feelings that have come up out of nowhere. Make sure the feelings are yours. Yay. So overall, you will overcome. It's just on how you decide to move forward, right? And this is in the upright. In the reverse, it's like, you know, you're turning your back on certain things. It'll still get done, but you're really going to take your time. Some of you need to really reevaluate the work that you've put into certain situations and how the outcome didn't match the income, right? That's it. Yeah, the outcome may not have matched the income. What did you put in for the results that you wanted, and then the results of what you wanted may have been not appeasing to you. So now you got to go back and go back to the beginning, right? And do some unpacking, walking it backwards, right? Auditing auditing what has happened, but in creating a new direction, a new way of doing things. But with those ascended masters coming in to help you and assist you, I really feel like there's going to be a lot of synchronicities that have to do with conversations in some of the weirdest places that have to do with your plans. Conversations in some of the weirdest places when it comes to answers that you need. Because sometimes when you are not connected fully or listening fully, and you're so busy with the adulting and the razzle dazzle of the material world, right? Things are shifted in reality so that you can better understand them, since you didn't want to listen in your quiet time, or sit and really unpack and write out and journal and do your self-care and your self-love routines, your spiritual breaks, or what have you. So something is being brought to your attention in a way that you won't be able to discuss with people. You can discuss with us over here, we ain't tripping. But you won't be able to discuss how this is unraveling for you. I'm talking about things will be happening possibly. Okay, I'm not wishing this or saying this on nobody who is scared of things that go bump in the night. But it may be that your electronics begin to say things to you, and I really feel like it's your phone and your TV. Okay, but electronics are beginning to say things because now we don't have radios, right? With the dial, because see, we could get a lot of information when we had. I guess what is it, analog? I don't know, but we could get a lot of information from radios with the knob, the old school radios. So now they had to figure out another way of doing things. So of course there's a lot of power in them being able to turn things on and off. You want to make sure that you are cleansing and decluttering as well, so that you won't be happening to you, and it's not beings of a higher light trying to communicate certain things to you, right? Or what have you. So yeah, that's how your syncs are coming in. Okay, so if you made it this far, drop a jam box. I don't know if we had those emojis, but some kind of radio, because we need them radios back. I wonder if I can find one, because there's so much information that comes through the radios. Okay, all right, so drop a radio in the below. All right, bye.